done today. Give us your assessment of that day at the office.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was a completely different golf course than the course we played yesterday with the wind switch. Playing the first few holes sort of down off the right, and then the last few holes in off the left. So just completely the opposite wind than we had yesterday. So I felt like I adapted well. Had to sort of make some you know, club decisions I at the start of the week there was no way I would have hit driver on 13 and had to hit it there. CM driver on 15. Change your lines off tees coming down those last few holes. So overall, yeah, I felt like it was a good day. There was a couple of short putts there that I could have held and could have been a bit closer to the lead, but two really, really solid rounds to open, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, after the big birdie at 17, we could see your frustration at 18. Do you think that round could have been even better today?
It definitely could have been, but after birdie in 17, it would have been nice to make a 3 at 18, but I would have taken playing the last two and 1 under anyway. I just did it in the reverse than I was thinking I would do it. 4-3 instead of 3-4, but overall, again, I'm in a good position going into the weekend, and that's all I can really ask of myself.
Yeah, plan now for the next 2 days. Did you say you've done the hard bit and put yourself in exactly where you want to be?
Yeah, just stay patient, keep hitting good golf shots, limit the mistakes. I made 2 bogeys today from 2-3 putts from just being too far away on the green. But apart from that, that's sort of, just keep plugging away, birdie the holes that you're supposed to birdie out here. Minimize the danger whenever you can, and I've played those last few holes pretty well the last couple of days, and again, try and make your score over the first 12, and then play smart in the way in.
You've had 2 really good starts in majors at the USPGA and the US Open, and now you didn't quite back them up probably as much as you'd like, as well as you'd like, but you have today. Was there a mindset out there today, keeping in mind the fact that the US Open and the USPGA, you had that experience there?
Yeah, look, watching the coverage earlier on, the course looked easy. It was sort of one of those, you needed to go out and make birdies. It wasn't like you could be defensive at all. You had to go out and play well and make birdies because everyone was doing that this morning. So sort of just tried to play a little bit more on the front foot and be a little bit more aggressive. And I got off to a quiet start, but then I sort of came to life, around the middle of the round. But it's it depends on the wind tomorrow. If the wind's similar, it's going to be the same. You're going to see guys go out 4 or 5 under par and then try to hang on coming in, and you're sort of having to keep pace with sort of getting off to a fast start, and again, as I said, trying to make your score over those first 12 holes, and then try to play smart in the way in.
What have you gained from being in contention in 3 majors this year so far now? Because this hasn't been the case for several years, that you haven't been as frequently in contention as possibly you'd like, but you've been now consistently in contention, and will that feed into your challenge this weekend?
Yeah, all I can do is, we play so much golf. I don't even, I'd have to actually think about what I did at the US Open. Like, I have to remind myself, I don't even know at this point. So, but just play good golf and keep hitting good shots, and, hit a good shot and hit another good shot after that, and just try to hit good golf shots until you run out of holes.
When's the last time you felt in this much control of your game?
It's been like this all year. I've felt pretty much in control of everything, and I think the results and the consistency have backed that up.
Tiger says he doffed your cap when he was going out there. So he said it was a pretty cool moment. Was it a cool moment for you?
It would have been a cool moment if he was 8 under par instead of 8 over or whatever he was, but a little bit, yeah. I just hope everyone hopes it's not the end of his old course career. I think we deserve him to have another crack at it. Hopefully the Open's back here in 4 or 5 years' time, and he does get another crack at it, because with how good he's been throughout his career and how good he's been at the old course, I think that's not the way to buy out him. He's got better than that in him.
Would you like to see similar conditions the next couple of days, or would you rather kind of get a little tougher?
No, I mean I'm happy with the way it is.
Rory, you called the front nine quiet. Was it hard to not get frustrated that you weren't making the birdies early like you said you want to on those first ones?
Not really. I mean, one's always going to be tricky when they're putting the pin 6 or 7 paces just over the burn. Two was a very tough pin to access. Three and four. Yeah, I mean, I had chances on 3 and 4. But I think the thing is, you always know you're going to have chances here. It's par 5 fifth, then you've got a few short par 4s in a row, and you always know. So I think there's reason to be patient because there's so many chances coming up.
Rory, does it feel like it's within your grasp when you say you've been in control for the best part of the year? Does this one feel like it's really within your grasp, both in your head and in your game?
I think in my game, I know I've got the game, and that's all I need. I just need to go out and play my game and play my golf over the next 2 days, and that's all I can do. I can't. If Cam Smith goes out and shoots another 2 rounds like he did the first 2 days, I'm gonna have a really hard time to win the tournament. So I just got to go out and do the best I can and worry about myself, and hopefully that's good enough.
And you're relaxed, you're relaxed going into the final 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, I get on the first tee and hit a good shot and try to just keep hitting good. Again, just keep hitting good golf shots until I run out of holes. It came out a touch hotter than I thought it was, so luckily I was thinking it was going to land in that bottom section there before the slope, and it landed right into the hill. So it probably flew, I don't know, maybe 8 yards longer than I thought it was going to. So thankfully I had the hill there to stop it, but it just came out a touch faster than I. I think so. I think 16, 17 were important after making the bogey on 15 to make a nice par save on 16, and then to birdie 17 was that was a nice little turning point in the round. It would have been nice to follow that up with a 3 at the last as well, but that was big because I didn't want to make 2 bogeys in a row, and that was a big putt on 16. And then to follow that up with a 3 was, I felt like I saved a couple of shots there.
Do you look at the caliber of names on the leaderboard, and does that change the way you think about anything going into the weekend, or try not to?
Not really. I mean, you look at where you are in the leaderboard, but it does. 13 under's leading. It doesn't matter what names beside that 13 under par. They've played 2 really, really good rounds of golf and obviously playing well. So, not really. I don't look at that. It's more just. Whenever someone's up around the top of a major championship leaderboard, they're playing well. So it's just about how far you're back and what the number is, and sort of focusing on yourself to try to shoot the best score you can.
Rory, Tiger was saying he felt the brotherhood a little bit there on 18 when he was coming up. Do you feel that connection as well, and what's your sense of that?
I do, yeah. I mean, I've gotten pretty close with Tiger over these last few years, and especially, after the accident, and I think we've all sort of rallied around him down there in Jupiter, and we all want to see him do well. I mean, he was all our hero growing up, even though I'm maybe a touch older than some of the other guys, but yeah, we want to see him do well. We want to see him still out there competing, and this week was obviously a tough week for him, but we're all behind him, we're all pulling for him, and hopefully he's, again, as I said, hopefully he's back here in the next 4 or 5 years and playing another Open Championship around the old course.
With Tiger having that emotional moment, did it make it a little harder to get into your round with, thinking about that while you were getting started?
No, not really. I think that the wind switch I got on the wedge shot was what was more the struggle. And then that 60-footer back towards the burn, and you're thinking, wouldn't really look good if you putted one into the water here. So not really. I mean, it was cool to be on that fairway when that was happening, but I was concentrating on my start to the round. Cheers, guys.
Thanks a million.